Alright, we're in it, and I'm prepared this time. Prepared for what? Maybe we'll see this stream. No idea. We got a lot of people to talk to. Nighttime talking.
Aerotram, operated by the city of Basel.
We don't run as many aerotrams at night, but we're still online for your convenience. At this time of night, it's mostly workers at the Institute coming home from work. Have we rechecked every single store yet? Probably not, because we haven't talked to everybody. Education industry partnership is a big tenet here at Vern, so we're actively cooperating with the Institute on a variety of projects. That's one of the big reasons why we're able to... God. Immediately a phone call, sorry. I'll just go through the text normally, you can read it. Sorry, I meant to move through the text, but I was actually focused on the call. It was a minor important thing that ate up about 3 hours of my day today. Yeah. That's one of the big reasons why we're able to innovate as much as we do. A lot of students land jobs at Vern straight out of college. That builds a really strong alumni network, too. I have a ton of colleagues both here at Vern and the Institute. I might be more of a manager nowadays, but beyond that, I'm part of the bridge connecting the two sites together. I find that really fulfilling.
Hello there. See you again. Hello there. See you again.
Okay, okay. Did we hand those gifts over already? We have. Keep circling around talking with everybody. I'm conducting research into the unexplained reactions we observe when drawing energy from Sepith. It's just one of Orbital Power's many mysteries. That forms one of the Foundation's goals, shedding light on how our modern world really works. It certainly isn't easy, though. We have to commission these massive facilities just to analyze microscopic reactions. Is there really nothing I can do? How did it come to this? Say that like the laws of physics of this universe is his fault. It's good that we're ahead of Rhineford in small arms sales now, but we don't know what to make of Marduk yet. They're starting to rack up some market share now, but their inner workings are still a mystery, to say nothing of their schematics. Now that they have government backing themselves, we need to take them seriously.
Do you know what you want? I hope to see you again.
Hit that same exact window before. Sometimes I drop by at night too. This store's almost becoming my life. That's not too weird, is it? And I wonder if I count as a regular now. I come here too often. Reckon the pharmacist knows me by name? Compared to her, I'm just... She really isn't that much older than me, but she has her dream job and everything. She's amazing. Yeah, looks like everything's fine over here. But no matter how many rounds I do, I can't shake these nerves in my head. Add today's unexplained incidents, and the whole place just feels wrong. I don't like it. I think the guild's noticed too. The Bracer Guild is as astute as ever. Shall we head to the Southern Canyon path after making another round? Sounds good to me. Might as well bring out the truck for that. There's a bunch of stuff we can't explain. Monsters are just the latest headache. I'll be connected. I'm just overthinking it. It's Melchior again. I've got orbital lights, orbital appliances. A good chunk of my home is wired up. They say smaller products tend to be less reliable, but not Vern's. They're really built to last, and they're full of nifty features too. I went shopping to kill some time, and it wasn't all a waste, so I got plenty of handy things at the Vern Company store. So those guys at the pavilion were actually real car racers. I heard them talking about how they came from the capital and stuff. And I wish I could go there and race the real thing too. I want to grow up already. Oh yeah, there's the people from, oh geez, there's a lot of people in there. That's where the students are staying, right? Yeah. I went to college here in Basel, so I'm honored that I get to practice my craft here too. I was almost going to work in Rimaferia after I did a foreign semester there, but Basel gave me an offer and I jumped at it. It's just so exciting, being able to work with the cutting edge of the industry, factor in the academy too, and it's a deeply fulfilling job.
Hello. Thanks for shopping.
There's always something going on here at the pavilion. We do industry press conferences, Z1 photo shoots, and even RC tournaments for kids. We make sure there's something for everyone here, so take a look around and take a load off. We hope to see you again. They're the real racers. Oh, this is that new Etos model. Man, that price though. That thing's a monster. Bet you the High Bloods have one of those. How dare they one-up Ingert? I mean, it's not like I'm jealous.
Well,
looks pretty good. How's about a drink tonight, Chamberlain? It's been a while since we hit the town together. I figure we both deserve it. We both got put through the ringer, but we went and hit our sales quotas anyway. I might pick you up on that. I could use a break to unwind after how hectic it's been lately. I do have some business stuff I wanted to talk to you about, though, like cost-cutting tactics and those new safety regs, namely. I personally want to try and broaden Ingert's customer base, too. Maybe you could teach me a thing or two. Well, I wouldn't mind that, just as long as it doesn't get in the way of my frothy mugs. Competitors we may be, but fellow four-wheelers first and foremost. Petra's been putting a lot of thought into remodeling Leno's brand image. She's trying to get more mass market appeal. I could stand to learn a thing or two from her marketing tactics. She really knows how to get products out there. Inger has its customer base, but we're looking to broaden our reach too where we can. Having someone like Chamberlain in charge at Inger really lights a fire under me. It's like having a good rival, you know? We push each other to grow and develop bigger, better stuff. In the end, we both benefit. We're seeing that firsthand with Leno's success. And I and the company as a whole grow and improve every day. Outside we have... oh, down there. Somewhere. What do you have to say, Eric? Today's domestic lines are all operating on schedule. I heard the Transcontinental Railroad ran into another snag out east. Once you get out past Long Lai, all bets are off. Not much they can do about that. The Transcontinental Railroads just always run into trouble there.
Very well.
The trams are getting jumped. Another slog at work today. Just gonna head home, decompress, and get ready for tomorrow. I used to have this drinking buddy. She works at the Institute. I haven't been able to get in touch with her lately, though. Because of that, I don't go out drinking as much anymore. I miss that. I miss my drinking buddy. She won't even reply to my emails. That's especially bad.
Alright.
Probably the one we're doing the job for, right? Who else would it be? I see President Rooster's gone home for the day. He's quite the president in the office. Our project's hit a major roadblock, unfortunately. We need more manpower if we want to deliver on time. The project itself is highly confidential. If the president could just agree to our budget, that would make things a lot easier. So the network issues are still ongoing. Even our business lines have been spotty as of late. It seemed like that was resolved for a second, but, well, evidently not. Dang. Oops.
I see.
We've been getting reports over the last few days about comms acting up. But so far, they're just little blips. We haven't seen any big outages yet. So there's not much we can do but keep watch. Got me thinking about how behind the curve the force is, though. Cybercrime's only going to grow from here. Gotta be ready for it.
Well...
Gotta get some techies on the force, then. Domestic production is riding high right now. Bern especially. They're trying to secure their foothold in the sector as fast as possible. The Empire's reparations will end soon, and Rhineford is on the up and up, too. There's going to be lots of competition soon. So it's no wonder that domestic companies are trying to secure domestic cash flows. I think the bank should follow suit. The CEO, Tossin, he's pretty conservative, but even he doesn't know what direction he wants the company to take. Being honest, I think that's his glaring weakness. For a CEO, he doesn't have much in the way of leadership. Feels like he's scared of losing the government's favor, and all his corporate partnerships with it. Bearing all that in mind, I can see why he's just staying the course here. Don't rock the boat and all. Recognize those school uniforms. They're from a really famous academy back in the capital. Oh, really? Must be nice to be young. They should take advantage of that opportunity while they can. I can't deny I'm envious. I never got to do any fancy trips or work studies when I was in school. Come on, what better topic to talk about right now than romance? Don't be such a prude. What? You're out of your mind. Oh, that's right. I remember that one senior talking about it. Apparently romance is a popular topic on trips like these. Well, you can talk about it, but my lips are sealed. Ah, poor Albert. I can tell what you're thinking, you know? Well, yeah, I'm thinking, man, this dude's really freaking thirsty. He just talks all about flirting all the time. I might be able to help with that. I do have some degree of experience. Oh, really? Are you serious? I don't really get what they're so worked up over, but they look like they're having a good time. The girls can't hear them. Those kinds of conversations you usually save for later. Speaking from experience, are we? No comment. What are you guys doing here? It's not what it looks like. I don't have a crush or anything. You have a crush. Shut up. Like a little fucking kid. Just leave me alone, alright? This is none of your business. Open book, the kid. Back when I was in school in the Empire, I had this amazing group of upperclassmen who helped me with my studies. They've already gone and graduated, but not before sharing some of their secrets on how to talk romance, or something along those lines. This trip is an excellent opportunity to broaden our horizons. Little point in being shy. And then this guy. Julian, help a brother out. Alright, alright. First step is trust, generally. Women like sincerity in a man.
Very well.
And not being super fucking thirsty. Ah, Van. Yo, what's up? Doing some puzzle solving? We're going over all the information we gathered. And there's so much to see, and then there was that surprise right at the end. I know, right? I think I could use a break, though. There's only so much stuff my brain can handle. I'm full. Now, don't just wander around town aimlessly, okay? You won't have a cohesive report without cohesive research. You should pick a direction and stick to it, and soak up as much info as you can tomorrow. Okay. And there's the student council pres side of her. Push comes to shove, she's right on top of things. I understand you have plenty of schoolwork to tend to, Miss Cladell, but please make sure to get enough sleep as well. Don't worry, I will. I'm really looking forward to tomorrow.
Alrighty.
Right, gotta sit down and focus on my report tomorrow. Now what to write about? I'm thinking maybe film history? Ben showed me all sorts of stuff. I'd love to write about the Foundation and CCS Tech too. Sounds like you had a pretty productive day out there, Anyas. Nice. We're splitting up tomorrow too, but I'll be able to take care of things here. Keep her Anya safe. Professor Cronkite's research is super fascinating. Even I'm learning new things. They say his work will be the future, and they're not lying. I heard he's even had a leading hand in Ziffa development. I've only seen little hints of his discoveries, though. What more is he hiding in that head of his? maybe I shouldn't dive too deep into that for this report. I'll just stick to what we all know. No way that's high school level research she's doing. Indeed, I pitied the teacher tasked with reading her reports. Such information density was not meant for human minds. Gotta visit the observatory and the special research building. That should give me plenty of material for my report. I'll join back up with you tomorrow. Let's make sure to get our parts done.
Indeed.
One more person to talk to? Oh, no, two more people to talk to. The students from RMS are really well behaved, even at night. Guess that's what going to a prestigious school does for you. Oh, real quick. Was it just me, or did the network feel really laggy around noon today? I don't know what was up with that. We just had it upgraded, so it's not like our equipment is bad. Puzzle game, huh? I feel like they're just toying with me. Guess it wasn't the worst way to kill some time. Might as well hit the sack early tonight. He had fun. He can't lie to us.
Ladder launched.
Let's see. We did not go to the Institute of Science,
Let's
so
do
we're gonna
this.
go there and see what's there. Quite a few people to talk to, though. Yeah, business here at the Institute. Most of the students and staff have gone home already. Our security system is on night mode, too, so you can't get in without special permission. Unless you already have clearance or your business is just that urgent, I suggest you come back in the morning.
Whoops.
Okay. So there's a bunch of people, but we can't go there yet.
Heading to the objective.
All right, let's grab the truck and get going. Drive to Og Canyon? Yes. We are ready. Will this area do the trick?
Yes, it should be perfect.
What's that? Range enhancer?
Parabolic shards expanded, initiating satellite communications.
Neat. It's a drone. What is that? Again? Some of our research was supposedly used in making it too. I should not have shoved a mouthful of Skittles into my mouth. Bad idea when this is a dialogue-heavy game, but I needed the sugar. What is it, Theo? I didn't just imagine that, did I? Low altitude communication satellite flying 900 cells off the ground under the Sea of Stars. One of the many cutting-edge orbments you guys are operating in secret, huh?
Indeed, Vern aided in its development, and the president of Calvert has given its use his tacit approval. As long as we continue reporting data on its usage, admittedly.
Sounds like him, alright. This is how you report to HQ without the risk of anyone listening in?
That's correct. I don't believe communicating using Basel's orbital network to be safe at this point in time. As a Code E matter, the main AI in our headquarters will begin analysis and threat level determination as soon as it has received the proper data.
You're telling me that, that Marduk has a Minority Report-esque AI thing to predict things and determine threat levels. Okay. That won't come back to bite us later. Must make things easy having a computer do everything for you.
Man, reset.
There's two sides to every coin, as the saying goes. Marduk ain't the only one whose tech level's off the charts. Hell, it's not even tech. It goes for martial arts, magic, and the like too. The Genesis and Armada aren't much different. Whether something's above board or not, it all comes down to how you choose to grapple with it. You should try to keep that in mind.
We are all like flames given life by the goddess, but it is we who determine how we shine.
Sure,
I'll
that
give
works.
what you're saying some thought. Together, with all of you.
It's good enough for me. You don't mind telling the other two all that's happened here, by the way.
By all means. Whether it's permitted under our company rules is a gray area. But that is the Arkwright Solutions way, isn't it?
Look at that. Seems I can't stop rubbing off on people.
So I've noticed.
Good
Hello.
evening, everyone. I'm sorry for bothering you so late. I thought you would be in for the night by now.
Oh, it's you. Wait. You may have seen the satellite from the observatory, yes. I was just calling to ask for your help with something. So over at the Institute not too long ago, we... You what? Got it. We're meeting at the main gate, right? Be there in 20. I have to let Aaron know, too. We're not actually exploring the canyon. Also, hello, Armada members.
The preparations are coming along nicely.
You
This
don't
is
have
going
to
be
hide
fun.
their faces. We know exactly who they are.
Much as I wish we didn't have to leave most of the execution to that filthy worm.
He is an overseer much like myself. I am sure he will play his role perfectly. Just take care not to let the window of opportunity pass you by.
Who do you think you're talking to, puppeteer? As if I would fail.
This battlefield will soon be an essential part of the preparations for our endgame. I will be looking forward to seeing what you can do as well, Golden One.
I shall do whatever my contract asks of me. Farewell for now.
Okie dokie then. To Basel Institute of Science. October 23rd, 10:05 p.m. We can actually enter.
There you are. I'm glad you all came.
Yep. Hey there. Wait a sec. Haven't we met this chick? That's right, earlier today.
Oh, I remember you too.
I wasn't aware that you had already met. This is Associate Professor Esmeralda, another one of Professor Hamilton's students.
As he said, Associate Professor Esmeralda.
That's me! My full name is Esmeralda Archette.
Unusually cheery.
What a surprise! So you are the problem solvers I've heard so much about. And one of you is just too adorable!
Please, Essie, this isn't the time for that. I did tell her to go home, but she insisted on staying to help us.
Why must you be so cold, Katra? I could never abandon my little brother in his moment of need.
Little brother? We're just students under the same professor.
What do you mean, just? Here's what you get for being so mean. Come here.
Stop that, please!
Man, think we could swap bodies for a sec, kiddo? Well, the more people familiar with this place that we have to show us around, the better. The bigger our group, the higher our chances of finding this intruder we're here for. That's true. I didn't see them directly, just to be clear. but the sensors detected an unregistered individual entering the building. So they didn't use that stupid card to get in there. It's also worth considering that the security system used here is too advanced for just anyone to be able to slip through it. I would consider this be Theo's sensors malfunctioning, but as it is a drone based on Zipha technology, I very much doubt it. The reading is correct, I'm sure. Stealth. Well, let's see what we can do. Might find ourselves stumbling on clues we couldn't find earlier today if we're lucky. We're taking you two with us, just be careful, okay? We'll be fine. We have few and zeros with us after all. Let's get to work. Rough. Engaging search mode. Wouldn't kill us to be more tense here. Let us in. Let us in. Let's split up, gang. Van chose to go that way because he saw the stealth person. The Institute is so moody at this time of night. Oh, feeling scared? Of course not. A Kruger ward would never be afraid of something like ghosts. I'm not remembering all the ghost stories I heard at school or anything. That would be silly. Alright, alright. Small quantity of residual shards detected. Shards? Here? Someone used their Zippa here? Let's have a quick look around just in case.
That dining hall's a bit suspect, but first things first.
And I did say I came prepared. Welcome to the sidebar, Katra. Oh, got a little sub-event. What if we go back this way? Nope. Don't think this is the right way. Let's go back and search elsewhere. Over here.
Additional residual shards detected.
Yep.
These readings are a little denser than before.
Does that mean we're not alone?
Guess I wasn't imagining things.
All of these rooms are room A101. They're all room A101, faculty office. Every single one of them. Unless all of those just happen to be faculty offices and... Let's see, is it different? No.
Not this way.
I have to look at all of those signs now to see if they all say the same exact thing. Dang it. The cafeteria's empty, huh? Yeah, and since anyone here either. By the way, is that green-haired girl the only one left in the building when we got here, apart from our intruder? Not quite. Professor Cronkite already returned home for the day, so he won't be here. But there are also several security guards along with Professor Callahan and his assistants. I tried calling out to them from the other side of the door, but they were too focused on their work to notice. No surprise there, I guess. Well, let's just put them out of our minds for the time being. Professor Hamilton's students sure are an eclectic bunch, huh? You included. I don't want to hear that from you. Still, I think that just goes to show how open-minded she is. She doesn't care about race, upbringing, or anything other than finding the good in everyone, and working better to bring it out. Or to better bring it out. Everyone knows her as the mother of the Orbital Revolution, but even to this day, she's striving to develop orbital technology to help those in need. On top of that, she's kind, considerate. Never had anyone like her. Sounds amazing. She was the one responsible for reviving and expanding Tharbad's Oasis too, wasn't she? Can really tell just how much you respect her. I could never not respect her. Stealth. This feels like... Stealth. Ramda. So, the house we visited earlier today is where Mr. Salesian and Professor Hamilton live then. That's right. The professor took him in 9 years ago, and he's been living with her since. The two of them, along with me and Professor Cronkite, are like a family now. So that's why people call him her favorite. If she left the country 2.5 years ago, however. That's right, she puts on a brave face, but he misses her so much. He's off trying to solve the problems in the East, so there's no telling when she's going to be back. The story about closing down the observatory seemed to come about because of me and Professor Cronkite, too. But he never confided in us. Instead, he tried to fix the problem all on his own. And Professor Cronkite's really busy at the moment, so he can't be around very much. I just wish I could pick up the slack and support Catcher like a real big sister would. Ido's got a pattern, huh? He was trying to sort out that problem down in the mine alone, too. But he's at the kind of age where kids want to act older than they are. Better just leave him be if you ask me. Perhaps you're right, but being there for one another is what families do. A little envious, to be honest. Oh? Find something? Did you find something, Zeros? So you better give it a look. Be sure didn't find anything downstairs, though. I'm not getting my hopes up. Agree. Let's see if we can find anything.
Oops, guess that's wrong.
Rough. I think they must trying to say you're going the wrong way, idiot.
Oops, guess that's wrong.
Hey look, another faculty office.
This robo-mud acts like a real-ass dog.
Doesn't it? I spent many nights coding the design so it'd perfectly replicate a wolf's mannerisms.
Leave it to the bioengineering department's rising star to go above and beyond.
You really need to get a life.
Hey, coding is a great hobby.
Oops, guess that's wrong.
What's this? What's up? Here he was, thinking it was time to close for the evening. What's gotten into me? The time will come eventually. Our closing routine's more complicated than you might think. We have to be real careful with the more important books in our archives. There's the security system. There's the underground storage. There's a lot to do. If you wouldn't mind steering clear, I'd appreciate it. Okie dokie then. Hey look, another faculty office. Every single one of these are faculty offices. There is no excuse. Not sure if there's a bug that was flying around. Or if I'm just itchy. See? Nothing here. Well, that's strange. The door is ajar. No, the door is a door. Did it just open itself? No, that doesn't... Where are you going, Zeros? What is it, Zeros? There. Ooh. Wait, what's that? Whoever they are, they ain't just using stealth shards. They appear to be combining them with something else. Theo, we're going after them. Understood. We're going too. But wait for me! Drilling behind. Ah, heat sensors. Heat signature detected. Zeros. Alright, who's it?
Wait! I surrender! I surrender!
Oh, her. A woman? Looks kind of familiar. And there was me thinking it'd be that kinky cat or someone from the Mafia. Uh-huh. Who's that? Must not be a member of the faculty, then. Man, it did cross my mind it might be you, but I wouldn't have put mirror on it. This here's one of Kincaid's subordinates. I don't think I ever caught your name. Oh. So it's the desk jockey's gopher, huh?
You watch what you're calling me.
Is this an acquaintance of yours?
I was hoping not to make contact with you while I was here. But I see I underestimated just how friendly you would get with the faculty here in less than 24 hours. I did hear you had a way of conning everyone you meet into liking you, Arkwright, but you work fast.
I ain't conning anyone. I'm just that likable. Also, if you're gonna try to burn someone, maybe try doing it when you're not pinned under a dog.
You think I'm enjoying this? Just get it off me!
Alright, explain. Oh, we're going back here. Need another bite of Engadin. It's like you guys did the rounds. We sure did. Though we may have overdid it a tad for being our first day. But now we have a better idea of just what is happening in the city. You do? Of course she does. She won't say what it is until we already know ourselves otherwise, pretty much. Kayla McMillan.
My name's Kayla McMillan. That's my real name, for what it's worth.
Second Lieutenant.
I'm a second lieutenant in the CID, and I'd prefer it if that and all we discuss are kept off the record.
I thought you were here on a job from Elsame. So the CID is also involved then. Yeah, we knew that the CEO might try to hide stuff from us, so we kept one of our clients a secret. We just didn't expect one of their guys to use a mix of Zephyr and Ramda stealth to sneak in here. I apologize for the trouble I ended up causing. My intention was to investigate, so we had a backup in the event you didn't succeed. I never expected to be found. Clearly, I shouldn't have underestimated the Institute of Science Technological Prowess. EO is cool? Of course, very cool. I don't get it. Why sneak in here at all? Couldn't just let us do our thing? I assume she concluded that the current situation was too serious not to do anything. That about the long and short of it? The current state of the orbital network and distribution network is definitely a problem. I had them go down on me the other day too. We managed to get things running again, but it was still a big hassle. But just why is this happening at all? There's only one possibility that I can propose. That would be unusually intensive parallel distributed computing. No expert in the field, but that's all that comes to mind for me too. Then we're of the same mind. I'm totally lost. Yeah, the hell are you guys talking about? Orbital computers have been getting bigger and faster over the past few years. And the bigger they get, the more orbital energy they consume. In short, yes, the larger and more complex the tasks you require of them, the more power they will consume. Orbits regenerate orbital energy over time and don't generally need an external power source. That changes, however, when the amount of energy consumed vastly exceeds the orbit's ability to generate it. It is essentially a DDoS attack. Or at least a virus to cause their CPUs to go at 100% 24/7. Yet if the orbital distribution network that serves as that external source is also heavily taxed, that leads to a temporary decrease in the amount of energy available and a spike in the amount of orbital network traffic. That theory alone would be enough to explain the issues you're here to investigate. Does parallel distributed computing really consume that much orbital energy? It's when you borrow the processing power of multiple computers through the net to do greater calculations, right? Oh, that would mean it's being done by, Callahan, right? He has that whole server room doing all those calculations to try to do the, the weapon calculation stuffs. I'm impressed you know about such cutting-edge tech. Now, connecting a few terminals isn't going to consume much energy at all. But what do you think would happen if one were to connect all the terminals in the city? And do you think hacking is behind this? The flow of the orbital distribution network looks to be like it's being manipulated. If you intentionally adjust its flow on an erratic schedule, you can make it seem like issues are occurring at random. You might even call doing just that my specialty. though I find this here to be a distastefully crafty way of going about it. Still, while it's possible on paper, I can't imagine parallel distributed computing taking place on such a vast scale. As for controlling the orbital distribution network itself, that's simply unimaginable with current technology. We still don't know all there is about orbital energy and how it works. Oh, but wait! Yeah, a situation mirroring that unimaginable scenario happened not all that long ago. It was around the most recent occupation of Crossbell. There were miracles and calamities born from large-scale distributed processing that should have been impossible with our current tech. So impossible that I never thought the same could happen here in the Republic, even if this is on a smaller scale. Owl's hell of an event going on over there. Indeed, we analyzed that situation ourselves at Marduk and realized the same conclusion about what happened. Set? That confirms it then. Finally clues us in. I heard some about what went down at Crossbell, but if this is the same as that spells trouble for us. Right, and this isn't the first time we've run into something connected to that whole incident either. Mask. I don't know if they're deliberately setting out to replicate Crossbell's deal, but there's one thing we need to get cleared up right off the bat. We gotta assume someone's out there trying to do research they shouldn't that can only be done with parallel distributed computing. So the question becomes, who is it? What's the point in asking a question with only one clear answer? Professor Callahan. Just what does he think he's doing? He's changed a ton over the past few years, but I didn't think he was up to something of this magnitude. This number belongs to... Who's it?
Is that you, Salesian?
That's, the other professor. Professor Callahan? What's wrong, sir?
I'm so sorry.
Oh, that's him.
I screwed up. Please, stop this. They want my...
They exploded it? Professor? Professor Callahan! It sounded like an explosion. Wouldn't they feel it? What just happened? He's in the special research building. Research building, right? I thought that was fairy for a second. Just hurry. Here we go again. What? Damn. No, the innocent people. Oh, okay, they're alive. Professor, where are you, Professor? Start to decode. Oh. So it looks like he's more kidnapped than dead, at least for now. We didn't see a dead body. 10:24. We're a few days late because it's the 29th. 10 a.m. Just what is going on here? Professor Callahan has gone missing and you're here with some evidence that he's been abusing his power? Even the police and guild have barged into the institute wanting to question me. You people here have been... You people have been here for a day. A day! Are you some sort of plague being brought down upon us? It's not their fault. This is Professor Callahan's problem. No, it's all of our problem. Patrick. Yeah. Don't act like you didn't know about assistants being harassed left and right. Just what do you want me to do about it in my position? It's not my place to say anything about his research. I'm sure that is one of the difficult things about being a joint venture group funded by multiple investors. But I also imagine the benefits outweigh the difficulties. Anyone could see that the professor was on a rampage. And the problems with the orbital network and its distribution are just as clear. Let me just shoot straight with you. Was that professor linked to any strange groups? You know, like the Mafia or anything. I'd like to believe that he wasn't, but I can't say for sure. It's pretty normal for the Institute of Science and Vern Company to accept outside funding. In other words, the ground is fertile for corruption. I can't write off the possibility with all these new terminals he suddenly had on him. Stop this pointless conjecture. You have no evidence. If rumors like this were to leak to the public during such a crucial time, how about acting like a leader for once in your damn life? These youngsters were hired so the police and the guild wouldn't have to get involved. And while we sit here scrambling for answers, who knows what Professor Callahan is up to? Tell me, is there ever going to be a better time than now to step up as CEO Bill? Yeah, supervisor. Defeated. Fine, I'll tell you everything I know. But please, keep this just between us. Of course, our team always keeps matters like this confidential. We're contracted with one of your biggest shareholders, the Principality of Elsheim. You have nothing to gain from hurting your image. Everything to gain from earning some brownie points with Burn. Professor Callahan first began to change around a year or two ago. He received a request from the Republican Army to develop the next generation of weapons, something he excelled in. When time came to propose ideas, he lost in his own field. As a Cronkite's was accepted. He knew that was it. Ever since, he's been doing research on his own like a man possessed. I don't know what he started researching, but whatever it was, it required an immense amount of capital and manpower. There came a point where he started seeking out every sponsor he could. Then half a year ago, I heard a place called the Anchorville Company offered an unprecedented amount of money. That name. So it got caught in your information network too, eh? Don't tell me this is the same thing as in Longport. Indeed, the Anchorville Company, much like the Messeldom Trading Company, is also one of their shell corporations. Who are we talking about? A certain mafia. They're called Armada, and they're on both the guild and police's radars. What? Professor Callahan was involved with people like that? I heard the rumors, been expanding their territory an awful lot of late. Just how the hell could you have overlooked something like this? It's not my fault. I only got the info the other day. And what else could I do? Do you know what could happen to me if I put pause on research for the Mafia? Think about the poor assistants who ended up helping without even realizing it. After losing against the genius professor, he started focusing entirely on his own research. My bet's that he's sticking to his same field of expertise. And if the Mafia has invested massive funds into his work, I have a bad feeling about this, a really bad feeling. The network delay that dropped down to 0.35% has gotten worse again as of this morning, too. That makes it highly possible he's continuing his research in another location. But just where on earth could that be? Sounds like you got a good old-fashioned manhunt on our hands. We're gonna be combing through this place way more than what we did yesterday. I take it there are no objections? I don't like it, but I know it must be done. Better give our cards the proper ranks then? Fine, give me your cards. We are given S-rank clearance. Oh, B. Rank B, the certification level you mentioned. That one almost never gets issued. I'm not trying to bitch, but may as well just give us rank A at this point. Don't ask for the impossible. Besides, we'll be able to get around much better than we could yesterday with these. Let's get to work. Time to get one over on that Mafia.
I have a favor to ask. If at all possible, do you think I could accompany you?
Feel free to tag along, new party member. Oh?
As Professor Hamilton's student, this situation with Professor Callahan isn't entirely unrelated to me. And I very much consider it my job to do something about it in her stead. Please, let me come with you.
Petra. That's fine with me. But just to give you a heads up, our work takes priority. That means you're gonna be tagging along while we take care of business. Is that gonna be a problem? You mean like yesterday? That's fine. I wouldn't even mind helping out if there's anything I can do. Well, we're counting on you guys. I'll reach out to my contacts and see what I can dig up while you're at it. And just don't do anything too crazy, okay, Katra? Don't worry so much, Jessie. I'm in good company. But whatever it takes, I'm determined to set things right while she's not here to do it herself. I know. I'll start talking to any dealers who supply Professor Callahan with parts. If I hear anything back, I'll let you know. Take good care of the boy. Yeah, got it. By the way, Agnes, it glowed last night, didn't it? It did, yes. Most likely at the same time as when Professor Callahan's final transmission went out. Getting close then. Yes, the last time the Genesis glowed like that was... what are you talking about? What's a Genesis? Don't worry about it. Work stuff. I'm sure we'll fill you in eventually. I hope you don't mind, Katra. If you say so. I'll see something that could take a while to explain. Actually, nobody can really explain it. So, where should we start? If possible, I'd like to first speak to Yang. You would better know him as Professor Cronkite. So it's Yang Cronkite. The guy our missing professor had a beef with, right? Yeah, I bet he know a thing or two about his research. Sounds good to me. Plus, I think it's time we had a little talk with yesterday's client. The anonymous one? Not so anonymous to us at this point. Come on, sell the score. So we'll be making the rounds through Newtown and the Artisanal District before heading to the Institute of Science. Sounds perfect. Then, may day 2 of our work begin. Katra, join the party.
I see.
Planner launch!
We have a required quest. I see no 4 SPGs. Looks like there are a couple here. Well, we gotta talk with everybody first. About Professor Callahan, if you learn of his whereabouts, please let us know. We haven't been able to reach him. He's been our company advisor for years and years, and now he's just gone. We can only hope that he's safe wherever he is. Indeed, this is likely the best compromise available. This should at least get the project off the ground. Well, frankly, I don't see what's in it for us. This is a big responsibility for little benefit down the river. That said, I heard grumblings of a different project. I could try and pull some strings for you there. I appreciate it, but we should be fine. That project is a bit unique. Honestly, I don't know much about it myself. We don't know who's working on it. Whatever it is, it's highly confidential. So it would seem. I'm not privy to any of that info myself either. Every company has its secrets, but it's rare to run into a project even more confidential than our own. What are you up to there? I'm sorry I can't go into more detail. This is a very strange project. I heard they've expunged all their international engineers from the project too. Well, that piques my interest. I don't have any inroads there though. Can't force my way into that war room. Alright. So she is progressing in her negotiations. I got this report from the main branch that one of their terminals was acting up. I'm not sure what that's all about, but I hope it's just a technical gremlin and not a serious problem. But any downtime at all is bad business and bad optics. We better get it back up and fast or we'll lose more than just money. Basel is a hub city for many of the country's top manufacturers. The biggest names all have operations here. A big strain on the power grid, hence the massive orbital generator to keep it all afloat. It powers everything from manufacturing plants to research stations. Even the trains run on the generator. This is what we call foreshadowing. Our lights started flickering this morning, and I'm not sure why. Clearly the lamps aren't all going bad at once. We check them regularly. I'll have to lodge a ticket with the utility people. We got our own problems to iron out, though. Our communications network got thrown out of whack here. I have a friend who works for a factory on the outskirts of town, but their comms are all messed up too. I knew a lot of places got damaged, but I wasn't expecting that they'd get through all the big factories and facilities too. The factories and the pavilion are constantly having their instruments checked. I'm hearing that the factory on the outskirts of town has been having power and comms trouble too. They're manufacturing our new model. It's supposed to go on sale in the spring. I hope they get that resolved soon and that it doesn't spread. That was really nice. Got to see the Z1 exhibit and everything. Probably best we head on home now. Yeah, I'm fresh out of travel money now. I really owe my uncle for that. Oh, wait, that reminds me. He told me to say hello to a friend of his at the factory. He said he's a manager there. Go figure. He's got friends in high places. Sure, why not? I know it's kind of just an errand, but man, the thought of meeting a factory manager has me psyched. Right? I'm gonna ask if we can watch him work. My uncle wanted me to run some errands for him in exchange for covering my travel costs. Get this, one of his old friends is a factory manager, and I get to meet him. You think I'll get to watch him work too? I'll have to ask my uncle. Really, he can pull some strings for his super cute niece. I've been seeing a bunch of cops around here since this morning. Way more than usual. Did something happen? We'd better be careful just in case. As long as your orbital cars don't go haywire. Got in touch with Cindy for the first time in a while. Goddess almighty, it makes me sick to hear what that professor put her through. They said it was because she was the only woman in that lab, but that's no excuse at all. Her health really suffered because of it. Anyway, maybe I'll buy something from the drugstore as a little pick-me-up. And a Red Bull. My mentor, Professor Aurelier, told me about what happened at the Institute. I didn't want to believe the rumors, but you could see it written all over those poor victims' faces. They look terrible. As a pharmacist, I want to do whatever I can to help them recover. Those women especially.
Hello.
Well,
Thanks for shopping.
Luce is really cool. She's so calm and collected, and she's really good at what she does. She's like the opposite of me. I just go hopping from one odd job to another, but she's landed her dream job already. Maybe I should take notes and figure out what I want to do. You know, maybe I can just start working at the pharmacy. I think I'm on good terms with Luce now. Maybe she can teach me. For a second, I thought that was just going to be like the same exact dialogue that we read last night. Well, looks like you hit the nail on the head. This whole thing is linked in the Mafia. And how do you know? Frickin' guild. You all stick your noses in every damn corner, I swear. Aw, don't be salty about it, bud. That's just what their comms network gets them. Yeah, I think it could be really useful for us too if we just work together. You good there, guys? I don't remember them dogpiling at him like that. Are they picking up on the sarcasm? No. Anyway, we know what we gotta do now. We're gonna get our equipment sorted out, and then we move. Guys, stay sharp out there. Isn't that prickly exterior? He really does care for us. Indeed, perhaps a certain Spriggan is rubbing off on him. We've got lives on the line here. Everything else can go on the back burner. Especially since this is the mob we're talking about here. Unfortunately, it's against guild regulations for B ranks and lower to operate alone, so I gotta pair up. Don't get reckless out there. Loop back with the guild first, got it? No. Today, we finally meet with the Vern Company and hammer out a big partnership. Cooperation with the academic community is one of Vern's founding principles, so they're pretty receptive to the idea. It's just, after the foundation got cut out, things have been a bit dicey. But I can't let that get to me. I'm gonna ace this, just rehearse and execute. Okay, maybe execute is a bit much, but I'll get it done, one way or another. Gotta focus on bringing everybody together, but can I? I heard Vern's offices were a mess this morning. No bad thoughts. Don't overthink it, just go.
Indeed.
Harrison. Not come to this. No, maybe there's still time. We just need a hero. If memory serves, they work for a Vern Weapons R&D contractor. What happened here exactly? They look out of sorts. Maybe that's a 4SPG. It was bad enough trying to work through the network issues. It was driving our online reservation system haywire. We had double bookings, outages, random cancellations. It was a nightmare. Never had to deal with anything like that before. I hope we don't have to again. It's horrifically bad for ratings. Yeah.
Alrighty.
All those 1-star Yelp reviews. Or I guess it's a hotel, so it'd be TripAdvisor, right? We're actively searching for Callahan, but it looks like the CID is already on the move themselves. The fact they're showing up means this ain't your everyday incident. There's gotta be more to this. I hate entrusting things to them, but we're in no position to turn them down. A lot of people over there.
Alright.
When boarding the Aerotram, please have your
I
authentication
heard
card ready
news of
and
an
follow
incident at the
instructions
Institute.
of
The
the
police were asking around for information and eyewitness reports. We have logs of everybody's Aerotram trips from their certification cards. You scan it to get on and off. But we couldn't find anything that might relate to the incident. Sorry we couldn't be of any help.
So convenient nowadays.
Not a single eyewitness report either. Nobody in town saw a thing. Are we just grasping at straws here? I guess I could try the workshop area in the airport. I don't know. I guess Blanc is right. There's always a stone unturned. Let's split up and do another comb through. I wonder if Alvis has gotten any leads yet. We should meet back up soon.
Indeed.
This is where all the students are today. So, like, Chinon won't move a Rege. Julian went to check out the weapons shop, and he hasn't come back. Just me, or am I the only one actually trying to study here? Agnes, what's your take? Well, who's to say? What? Julian was telling me that honesty is what girls like. You gotta be yourself, you know? That makes a lot of sense. From this way forward, I'm gonna be the most honest guy you've ever seen.
Okay.
Ah, so that's why he's, actually being serious. So I was talking to the store manager a second ago, right? He said the latest consumer model orbital cameras can take video too, like movie cameras do. I'm sure the quality's not as nice. Gotta make concessions for consumer grade stuff, but man, what if I could make my own homemade movies? I can't believe you can just do that now. I'm hyped out of my mind. Just think about it. My own movie recorded and directed myself. No, wait, is it really only the top-end cameras that do that? And they cost how much? Gosh, I'm gonna go mad. I get my hands on one of those, but how? On sale. Yeah, that ain't readable. Yeah, it's just like your general phone store. DHB 99s and DHW 99s. They also sell generic earphones as well. Huh? What you doing there? What's with all the nuts and bolts there? Oh, are you modding your car? Modding sounds so illegal. I'm just tuning it. It can't beat you just by being a better driver. You need a better car too. Well, you're not very good at tuning either. Remember when you tried to fix the radio that one time? Shut up. You said you wouldn't talk about that again. Besides, your dad's workshop has been helping you with your car too, haven't they? It's only fair I get to work on mine. No, I don't mind my cars one bit. I thought I told you that. Wait, you don't? Then how did they really just drive them that good? Yep, what's the point of buying a win when you could just earn it instead? You're telling me I never stood a chance? All things equal, she still beats me.
Indeed.
The guys at Dad's workshop have been teaching me about what parts do and how to mod stuff. It's really cool. But modding an RC car to be faster is kinda lame, so I keep it stock. I want to win fair and square. Except for when we added the turbo booster into it that one time. I thought everybody else was modding their cars, but nope, it was just me all along. I mean, just, how the heck does Amelia drive her car like that with no mods at all? It doesn't make sense. He's just that good. Anna, workers everywhere have been grumbling about problems with their orbital equipment. I hope that gets fixed soon. It's been a headache for my husband, too. He came into work and the machines at his workshop just wouldn't work.
Alrighty.
So, the distribution network seems really unstable right now. I'm worried it might affect our tuning service. I did some digging and I can confirm it's not just us. The whole city is running into issues. I contacted HQ about it, but they said they don't have a timetable. You might have to put them in the hot seat if this keeps up.
Hello there. See you again.
Hello there.
Hello there. See you again.
One dude chilling over here. Small platform. He's fishing. I'm from Lemon, you see. It's a nation rich with lakes and gorges. Thus, fishing is a popular hobby there. I started early myself. I know I'm in denial. I know it's not healthy for me. But the truth hurts more. Sigh. So is this one of the researchers from the lab, I guess? That exploded? At least he's back on his feet. I'm not too familiar with Vern weapons myself. Interesting. I saw some Erebonian makes, and compared to those, these are much lighter and easier to carry. They just take out some of the bulk in exchange. I don't imagine they have stuff like the two-handers my grandfather used. Bit of a shame. Huh, kid knows his stuff. Not every day you meet a two-hander specialist. From what I heard, Julian hails from a line of renowned Erebonian swordsmen. Certainly looks the part. There's something strange about him, though. Can't put my finger on it. Huh.
Well,
incidentally, Ren made for the artisanal district, right? Maybe she's thinking to buy Tita a souvenir or something. Hey, Tita name drop. I feel like I owe her one as well. She was a huge help last year. Tita? That name rings a bell, but I can't place it. So, Julian was part of, Like he was part of Leaves, most likely. Although I don't quite remember him being there, unless he was a generic student. Which he may have just been a generic student. Store's been hit by this orbital instability business too, so I went ahead and double-checked our wiring. As expected, our setup is perfectly fine. It's something bigger going on in the city. Our manager's talking with HQ to try and get it fixed, but outside of that, there's nothing we can do.
Do you know what you want?
Lux Shooter Plus. Bam.
I hope to see you again.
Can we go to the canyon?
What's next?
We can actually go to the canyon if we want.
Off we go.
Like, we already walked through here a lot, right? Are those paths still blocked? Yes, they are.
Be sure to keep your distance.
That's all I wanted to check out. The artisanal district.
Let's do this.
Jason just got back from a delivery to the Institute, but it sounds like something big went down there now. The heck did I miss? It was in the special research building, I heard. Average Joes aren't even allowed in there. I don't want to be a thorn in their side while they're dealing with all that. What's a delivery boy to do? Guys will just have to sit tight for now. Maybe get the supplies to someone in charge. The Bracer Guild, since one person. Well, there might be somebody upstairs, actually. I reported all this to the Edith branch and brought Jin up to speed. They said they're gonna try looking into the Inkerville company for us, too. I investigated them myself and learned that they've been bringing this suspicious freight truck into the city lately. I'll have to look into that more. Are you related to Almada's dealings with Professor Callahan? We need to be proactive here. We'll have another Garbat on our hands. Stay sharp, everyone. Nope, nobody on the second floor.
Why don't we see...
Got a 4SPG. Info leak. Some classified information got stolen. Before things blow up, I want you to get it back. Please keep this a secret from any Vern employees. I'll be waiting in the hotel lobby. Okie dokie then.
Interesting. So these are the sorts of odd jobs you take on.
Yeah, the requests are a little under the table in nature. They're hard to bring up to the guild.
You might as well do it. Why not? You can't fast travel to the well, technically, I guess the entrance is a fast travel to the hotel. Sure. Yo, Harrison, right? Ben Arkwright Solutions. Got a 4SPG for us? Oh, thank the goddess. I could really use your help. How so? Could you fill us in on the details? You're from Byrne's Weapon Development Division, right? That's right. Wait a minute, are you... Patrick Salesian? Hold on, why is he here? Did they not specify that this is to be kept secret from the Institute? The request asks for secrecy from Byrne employees and not the Institute of Science personnel. And anyway, Catcher here isn't a researcher today. He's working with me for reasons. We won't know how to help you if you don't tell us what the problem is. I feel like this might be related to Professor Callahan's situation. Alright. But please keep this under wraps. If CEO Towson hears about this, oh, goddess help me. I can't promise that. Depends on the severity of your situation. But I can't promise that I'll hear you out before making any moves. Regaining that classified info is in our best interest at any rate. Anything beyond that? Well, that's a Spriggan's jurisdiction. Well, ain't the kid awfully bossy? Fine, I can work with that. Just let me explain myself in full, please, and preferably in private. So, well, there's no good way I can phrase this. I got caught in a honey trap. Oh, I've heard of those. They crop up a lot in books and films. I guess life really does imitate art. Well, the way I see it, that ain't really a problem on its own. Leave you blue-balled and bankrupt or what? Well, not being around the bush, the more we know, the sooner we can get cracking. I know, it was late last night. I'd just gotten off my shift at work. I had with me that briefcase with classified documents it has discussed earlier. That was when I bumped into her, a hostess. She said she fell out with a regular customer she was fond of. He looked awful. Then one thing led to another, and we drank together at Hotel Ingress. Yeah. What did that lead to? Spit something more at us, why don't you? That's enough. Do I really need to go into more detail? Down, Aaron. Your snide little quips aren't helping. So, what happened afterward? I don't remember, honestly. I couldn't keep my eyes open. When I came to, it was already the next morning. By then, she was long gone and she'd taken the briefcase with her. I panicked. I heard about 4SPG requests, so I sent one in to try and save face. Huh. Being classified in materials to a romantic tryst is rash, to say the least. I know. Just with security clearance and all, I figured it'd be safe. Indeed, the security card system is made outside attempts at data breach is difficult. Perhaps that was what led them to target an insider like yourself. So, you'll take it. You'll take it, right? We have to act fast or that briefcase is as good as gone. What should we do, Van? Of course we're gonna help. Oh great, we're getting Gray and Chaos? Beautiful. Just what we need. Alright, we'll take it. Phew, thank you so much. I can finally see the light at the end of the tunnel. Thank you, Van. I can't overlook this myself. So, just to make sure, you contacted the hotel and asked if they still have it? You might have just left it at the bar or elsewhere. They have a lost and found for those sorts of things, I believe. Actually, that's a good point. I was so panicked that I just assumed it was stolen. Let's hit up the hotel first, then. They have it? Case closed. May not even charge for that one. But if it was stolen, then we're on the case. Right, that's fine by me. Thank you so much. I'm sorry, but we don't have anything of that description. We ask our guests to return any missing items they found, but we haven't seen nor heard of a briefcase. Housekeeping has cleaned your room already. but they didn't find anything there either. Well, great. It does sound like it was stolen then. That brings us to our mystery woman. By the by, did you happen to see a hostess or hostess-esque woman leaving the hotel yesterday morning? A hostess? No, not that I can recall. I see. Very odd. Where could she have gone in that time? Anybody in general leave around that time then? Yes, actually. There was a researcher who rushed out of the hotel that morning. She looked like she was in a hurry. And did she... Yeah, I think she did. She might have had a case with her. A researcher? You know, now I think about it, she was really sharp. She knew far more about engineering than the layman should. I had been talking to her about my job, and she was asking me really in-depth questions about the tech I brought up. Well, sounds like her hostess gigs BS then. And the scientist act, too. Yeah, she knows more than she lets on. That puts the honey trap theory back on the table. That means the hunt's on. We'll handle the investigation from here. I think we got enough to go on now. Right. Thank you ever so much. We have a general idea of who the suspect is. Now, how do we find her? The process of elimination, I'm thinking. We can try to figure out where she couldn't be. Let's go over the briefcase before that. First step here would be figuring out the motive. A motive. What was in there, and why was she after it? That's classified info, as I'm sure I don't need to remind you. But, well, yeah, we do need to know. Man, can I trust you? This is everything in this line of work. Your secrets are safe with us, promise. Alright, Harrison, if you would fill us in. Okay, fine. So, blueprints for a new orbital gun, plus some other design documents. Military's planning to adopt them soon. Been getting our parts and assembly pipelines ready. If those design docs are to fall into foreign hands, yes, that would be a problem. Does explain why its contents are so highly classified. Well, hopefully it doesn't come to that, but if they do get the docs, making the actual gun wouldn't be so easy. It uses some very rare, very complicated metal alloys. And as far as I'm aware, only Basil has the custom-made machining tools required to work with them. He said the thief was well-versed with engineering. You might realize she needs those alloys once she starts reading those documents. Would she still be in the city then, trying to procure some alloys for herself? You can't just work with them by hand. The alloys are useless without those special tools. And you can't buy them from the burn store unless you show them your certification card. So even if she knew she needed the alloys, she wouldn't be able to use them. She didn't steal your certification card too, did she? She shouldn't have. Oh no. Harrison frantically searched his pockets, but his certification card was absent. Are you kidding me? Not my certification card too. Oh no. Yeah, I figured as much. She already had you wrapped around her finger. She went to the Vern store with it. Let's head over there and ask around. You just sit tight until we finished our investigation. We'll keep you posted. Okay. Good luck. To the Vern store. What's up? Why no topic? Well, always good to see Institute folks. What can I do you for? Yes, hello. We have a question. So, did a female researcher come by the store this morning? Yeah, somebody came by earlier today. Looked like a researcher to me. She was a real looker. I remember that much. She dropped by right after we opened. I see. Did she buy anything? She did, yeah. She asked for some alloy machining tools. It was a bit of a strange ask. But she had her certification card on her, so yeah, I went ahead and got those for her. She also asked where she could get the alloys themselves. Maybe she needed them for a project or something. Anyway, I told her they might be able to help her over at GIS cards. GIS cards, it's GIF. So that's where our little fox ran off to. You best hurry. Thanks for the info. We'll just teleport right to the entrance. Talk to some people along the way, I guess. Actually, we might as well just go around and talk to everybody. Get all that completed. Professor Callahan's undeniably smart, but all the same, he has a bad habit of panicking and rushing into bad decisions. It's always been his weak point, really. He has trouble stepping back and clearing his head. Delivery boy, wait. Marco. Whew, even a slow day, I'm running all across town. I used to think this isn't even close to peak. Gillies says the online service is glitching out for some reason, so we're not getting as many delivery orders today. Just goes to show how many people are using it. Now that it's bugging out, the whole system's backed up. I broke his running cycle. Oh, there he goes. He just pauses for a little bit. Technology's really taken off, but it's always because of violence that it leaps like that. The road to progress is paved with blood. Crossbow last year was proof of that. I haven't seen anything like it in all my years. I heard Callahan was working like a man possessed in the days before he went missing. I can only wonder what he was working on. Just something about his disappearance that gives me deja vu. Got a real bad feeling. Any comments about this house catcher? No comments about the house, but we are allowed to enter. Awesome. We got pictures. Trying to get a close-up view of it. Okay, so, yeah, we got an older looking lady in the center, so that's probably Hamilton. Ooh, a board. Where's all the red tape? Or red yarn? More pictures. I was hoping we could get a close-up view. But anyway, she does in fact have a 3D model. Because those are basically screenshots. Oh look, it's the same 5 pictures. Oh, here's bigger pictures. Alright, we've explored that enough. Nice little tour of Catra's home. I heard that a professor from the Institute went missing. I can only pray that ADOS extends her guiding hand to them. I'm far from an expert on this city and its customs, but I believe the goddess's light shines brightly here all the same. I will pray for the professor's safety today. I have heard about Professor Callahan's disappearance as well. We have asked the congregation to share any hints toward his whereabouts, but we haven't learned anything so far. I did also hear that he had been mistreating his assistants. I hoped it was only coincidence that his assistants looked exhausted whenever I would see them, but I was wrong, I see.
Indeed.
So go through here and work our way down. We can also turn in our points. I think we have enough to get to the next rank. Got a big meeting with the representative from Bern today. I really can't be bothered, if I'm going to be honest. I agreed to the trip for pleasure first and business second. I need to at least act like I care, or I can kiss any future business trips goodbye, and I can't have that now, can I? I gotta suck it up and nail this meeting. If for nothing else, for securing cushy trips like these in the future. Right. Interim report.
Truly well done.
Hell yeah.
Then I'll
rank.
update your rank.
Got it.
Nebulous. Arts driver. Eh. It's okay. Those two siblings are like a whole routine in and of themselves. Never gets old watching them work the floor. The network issues here messed up my itinerary today, so I'm just standing by here. But I'm not complaining. There's hardly a boring moment with those two around. Who are you referring to? Some of our guests have been talking about Giscard and landing some big new project. It's a common story nowadays. There's lots of demand for research now, and that's good for spirits and business both. I like to think we've been helping them along in our own way. Now we gotta step up our game with their projects wrapping up. They gotta eat. It makes me all the more glad I got my brother to develop that online ordering system. Real lifesaver.
Don't take too long to come back soon.
I glance at the posters. Observe. One of our guests are saying that our network issues have gotten even worse over the last day or so. Some people are just going off the grid altogether and staying offline until it all blows over. Ironically, our online ordering system is a bit more stable now. I guess there's less demand on the grid or something.
Do you know what you want?
What are all of these weird symbols? Those are various Greek symbols, aren't they?
Very well.
I don't know how to read them, but I recognize a few of them. Weird. I had way too much to drink last night, but it was a decent chance to shoot the shit with the artisans at least. A lot more relatable than I first thought. They take a lot of pride in doing their job right, just like I do. I'm supposed to be the middleman between them and the higher-ups, but looking back, I've just been pushing the higher-ups' agenda onto them. Gotta start listening to their side of the story, you know? Maybe they can do their job better that way. This guy thinks smart. Man, I just sit down with my son last night, but we still couldn't see eye to eye on things. Can't figure out kids worth a damn. I just want to help him figure out what path he wants to take in life. Workshop will let him find what works for him. I can never get that through to him. Maybe I'm just not good at explaining it. Yeah, I can see how this workshop ended up being the flag bearer for the whole Artisans Guild. Each of the other workshops we visited specialized in their own little niche instead of covering all the bases. It's all of them working together that makes Vern the powerhouse that it is, and the city along with it. Yielding on tech, isn't he? Nerd. Yeah, he's always had an eye for these things. As a native of Basel, I'm happy to see people learn about what makes this place so nice.
Alrighty.
The artisanal district has a unique vibe to it. It's so unlike the rest of the city, it's really charming. I just wish there weren't so many stairs here. It's fine when you can use the arrow tram to get around, but when you can't, it's a nightmare. I get why, but still, could they not have built this city in the middle of a ravine? I imagine getting around town was even more difficult before cars and trams. They had like a good old-fashioned ski lift before. We're browsing the artisanal district at the moment. These workshops are quite impressive. Basel reminds me a lot of Zeus. It's this factory city over in Liberl. And all these engineering types remind me of a certain old fellow, too. Could that be? Oh, nobody. You've gotten yourselves wrapped up in yet more trouble, haven't you? Do be careful. That goes for all of you. You will, don't worry. If you need your help, I'll let you know. Okay, who is this chick anyway? Suspicious with a capital S. But actually, I'm glad I was able to... Yeah. Who is behind Ren? I'm glad I was able to chat with Giscard while I was here. It would have been such a wasted opportunity otherwise. Something else in my mind too, something worrying. But it could just be nothing, of course. I'll have to poke around a little, just in case. Oh, it's her. Okay. For some reason, I thought she was over here. Anyway. Continue talking. Thanks so much for letting me come along in the delivery. Oh, whoa, is that a top secret project over there? That's so cool. Easy, boy. You're like a big old puppy. Even small stuff on this job is serious business, you know? Gotta make sure we do every step right. I just feel nervous slotting you in on a big project like that already. So if I can stop making you nervous, you'll let me on? It's gotta get better, right? Sigh. I guess that's not the wrong way to take what I said. Just start looking before you leap. Gotta stop charging blindly into things, bud. I'm really dying to take part in that project. Gotta hurry up and get smithing. Boss really doesn't like my work, though. I do kind of feel like I'm rushing things, but how can I? He's always yelling in the background. It puts me on edge. Maybe there's a time or place where it's nice and quiet. I'll try and make some stuff then. Voyager's optimism is probably his biggest strength. He always looks on the bright side of things. He just has a habit of rushing headfirst into everything. Makes for sloppy work sometimes. I wouldn't be so opposed to letting him work on his own if he could show me that he actually knows what he's doing. Towson. If he wanted to do what's best for Vern, he'd grow a damn spine. Though he can't know about every little under-the-table deal those billion subsidiaries are doing. But it's still his job to keep everything above board. You gotta stamp that crap out when he sees it. Agreed. We at the Artisans Guild are gonna try and crack down on Callahan. If Towson won't do it, we'll bring that blockhead down ourselves. We're starting with the supply chains. Might have shacked up in some abandoned warehouse somewhere. We're tracking his purchases too. He's likely at the factory where they're having issues. The one with the vehicles outside of town. I heard about what happened over at the Institute. It sounds like the Artisans Guild is helping out however they can. I'm really worried for Katra though. In the Institute, we can't just let those goons take it over, or all of Professor Hamilton's work will go to waste. Hey kid. Rio let me come along like usual, but she said today she was scared to leave me at home. And everybody's kind of sad today for some reason. Wonder what happened. Lots of stuff. Well, if it isn't Katra, what's got you looking so serious? I had a quick question for you, if you don't mind. Have you had a woman from the Institute come by looking for metal alloys? Huh, we saw it happen. We had someone like that come by just a bit ago. He had a valid card, so I went ahead and sold her the alloy she wanted. Did I not have? Nah, don't sweat it. You just need to talk with her about something. I see. Well, I guess that's fair. Oh, now that you mention it, actually. You said something about heading off to Liberl after she was done with her business here in Basel. If I had to guess, she probably made for the Hog Canyon. Thing is, she was driving some sporty Etwas make, so you probably couldn't catch her if you tried. Well, that gives us a good idea where she is at any rate. Thank you. Is it somebody we might know? Will you head over to the canyon then? I mean, it's not like we can catch her if we do. You're the man. Nope. Northeast is where we're heading. Why? That's the complete opposite direction. Think about it. You know, somebody who's making off with classified info and trying to shake the cops off her tail. Why would she just tell some rando where she's going? You ain't gonna leave a trail like that. It does make sense, but then why did she tell Eugen she was going to Liberl? To deceive him, I suspect. She may very well have known she's being followed. Having stolen top-secret intel, she's likely trying to throw the authorities off her trail. That does make sense. It's exactly what a criminal would do. I agree with that van then. Let's head for the highway toward Edith. Yeah, once we're back in Newtown, we can hop in my car and hunt him down. Van's car can be taken from the road under the motor pavilion. We didn't actually talk to him. Research said it was the lashing she needed. Then she said she was off to Liberl next, so I'm guessing she made for Hog Canyon?
No need to be see you again. No need to be shy now. See you again. No need to be shy now.
Insufficient. We are poor, after all. We ran out of money. Oh. Newtown.
Off we go.
I see. Up in, gang. We're taking the truck. We need to catch her before it's too late. Maybe later. We gotta save in case we have to make decisions and I get all of them wrong again. Well, it's a Comfy ride, right? It is comfortable, yes, but I don't think now is the time to be discussing that. Just hurry, please. We have to make sure that classified information doesn't fall into the wrong hands. Yeah. Oh, I think that's the car. Looks like she's about to stop. I'm gonna pull over too, so get ready. Convenient. Yes, I left Basel with the documents in hand. I also procured the special tools and alloys, even if that was outside the scope of the mission. That aside, everything has gone according to the plan. I'll have to let you go for a moment. I'll call you back shortly. I believe we have found our perpetrator. This is the honey trap girl. Yeah, I'd hit that. Here, I thought my LaRue's would have brought me more time. You do not appear to be associated with the police of Marduk. Perhaps you might be interested in negotiating? I can offer you a substantial reward if you let me go. Tempting, but nah. Normally I'd be up for a little wheeling and dealing, but I've got a pair of scrutinizing eyes on me. Afraid you're just gonna have to hand over the case. Just what exactly would you have done had I not tagged along? Oh my, a researcher from the Institute is here too. Well, I'm sorry to disappoint, the case stays with me. I'll give you two options, go back to Basel empty-handed, or return in body bags. We'll never agree to your terms. I concur. We'll instead opt for the third option, fight. That orbital gun design looks eerily familiar. Must be... Well, don't say I didn't warn you. Dog goes, what? She had monsters this whole time? Someone came prepared. Not like it'll make any difference, though. We'll make mincemeat out of them in seconds flat. You know... Well, we need to scan them first. Give it a second. There we go.
Displaying, and now's your chance to boost.
Grappler Dober. Oh. I forgot. He doesn't have an S-craft. Dang it.
I will address you all at once.
Alright, how much will this do?
Boost gauge limiter removed.
Almost.
Activating. Boost gauge
There we go.
limiter removed.
Seconds flat, he says. No way, how could I possibly have lost? Checkmate. Now give up the goods. And while you're at it, answer me this. What organization do you belong to? Who hired you? I can answer that in her stead. I recognize a particular gun model. He's likely associated with Zect Arms. Mean that new weapons manufacturer? If I'm remembering right, their names started making the rounds during the war with the Empire. Yeah, Zect sounds familiar. Vaguely. Or at least, isn't there a general named Zex? Like, without the T? Correct. They're similar to Marduk in some aspects, but although they are not nearly as large an enterprise. Their ambitions for weapons development, however, are quite ferocious. They've been aggressive with expanding their market share as of late. Now they're sending out spies to do their dirty work. Man, that's slow. I can't say I disagree. Stealing technology from competitors is hardly an ethical business practice. Now then, I suppose we better get the stuff back to our client. We should also take her back with us. Could you restrain her for me, Farida? On it. Yes, this all looks right. Thank the goddess it's all still here. Thank you so much for getting the briefcase back. That's a relief. Is this case closed then? Well, no, it looks like they broke into it. He knew how to procure the right alloys and their tools, so I think she probably got to read the documents. The information itself has likely reached Zect Arms already. How they plan to utilize that information, I'm not sure. But simply having Republic schematics will give them an advantage in their own research and development. This is bad, really bad. There has to be something we can do to stop that, but what? There's another card we can play, but you might not like it. We can bring in some groups to help us out, but then, well, they'll know. This matter concerns more than just you now. There are far-reaching industrial secrets at stake. It would be in your best interest to swallow your pride and consult the authorities. Alright, fine. The company can know. What's your plan? Well, if you want to stay on good terms with the boys in blue, then we should probably bring this to Vern and let him work with the police themselves. The whole thing will be blown wide open at that point, but the client made his bed there. That'll at least stop the intel from spreading. Or we can call some friends in other places. Lead up the second lieutenant and the CID will have snuffed out in no time. I think they'll be happy with an industrial spy as down payment. Let's give Renee something to do. Let's give the CID a call. Second lieutenant just so happens to be in the area, so she should be able to cover it. The CID? I go all the way up to them. Wouldn't the police be better suited for local investigations? Nah, the police can't do much about the big picture. This will really throw a wrench in her plans. For better or worse, the police stick to the letter of the law. CID? They don't really answer to anything. This is blind, but they got eyes everywhere. Decked Arms as a whole ain't going anywhere once they're done with this perk. I see. Well, that should be fine then. We'll contact the CID if it's all the same to you. Yeah, I don't really have a choice. I need to bite the bullet and confess. Then it's settled. Zet, can you call up the CID? Certainly. Before long, Second Lieutenant Kayla and her CID accompaniment arrived at the scene. The spy was taken into CID custody, followed shortly by cutthroat negotiations with Zect Arms. The client had ultimately confessed to his error. However, because he nonetheless helped the CID apprehend the spy, they conveniently expunged his name from their report to the Vern Company. Seriously, I can't thank you guys enough. Without your help, that briefcase would have done some serious damage in the wild. I think it's probably for the best that we consulted the CID as much as I didn't want to. Yeah, sucks we couldn't honor the original request, but eh. Now we got brownie points with the CID, and you still got a clean sheet. Yeah. I feel a bit guilty getting off scot-free, but, well, I can't complain about that, can I? Thank you for concocting such an airtight plan. I need to excuse myself for a minute now. They'd like to question me. Best of luck.
That's one job behind us.
Alright, and which side does that bump up? Gray plus plus and Chaos plus. Dang it. They are so close to ranking up. I guess there is a side quest in the Basel Institute of Science, isn't there?
Taking off now.
Let's see if there's any new dialogue that popped up. Wrong button. Wrong button again. There we go. And I highly doubt there's anything in the rare metal mine.
Let's be on our way.
Genuine curiosity. Is anything in here? Uh-huh. Can we go over there? Hello, Chessmaster, and yes, we have acquired a new employee. Oh, the door's locked.
The door appears to be locked.
Thanks, Rosette. Very useful.
Off we go.
We have to go to the board. What's up?
Why don't we see...
See anything other than law, please. RX research. Like the pharmacy? Pardon me for making this request, but I know you're rather busy. But we would like your help gathering materials to make a certain painkiller. It will explain details in Esmere's lab. Esmere and Ray. So yes. I wasn't expecting Essie to have a request for us. Though, really, she could have just told us in person. Isn't she just heard this is how we do things and rolled with it? We'll have to go talk to her later. Agreed. We really owe it to her. Coolidge. It just doesn't feel real. Special research building was attacked and now Professor Callahan's been kidnapped? I don't think this affects our work with the Institute, but I'm still worried about him. Those criminals have their eyes on the Institute, then the rank-and-file researchers might get caught in the crossfire. I'm really gonna have to help Athena weather all this. Just 2 left. How would I know that? I don't know. I don't even know how many chapters there are. But I guess 8 members is a nice even number, isn't it? But I'm all right. I'm a little bit tired at the moment, but I'm probably gonna stream for a little bit longer. Maybe talk to the people and do this last side quest here. Because a story event will probably burn like 30 minutes. Can't believe they attacked the Institute. I hope it doesn't throw a wrench into my studies, but being realistic, it probably will. I want to. No, I have to prove myself to my dad. I want to hurry up and land some big project I can be proud of. Okay. Shop. Oh yeah, it's cafeteria.
Everybody's got.
But how are you doing, Chessmaster? Hopefully you're having a decent day for once. Or at least, now that you're just chilling, you're having a relaxing time. Yeah, I can't believe what happened to Professor Callahan. First I hear those abuse allegations getting thrown around, which explain why all the students were so tired all the time. And now he's just gone. Can't imagine what it's like being one of his students right now. I wish I could do something about it, but I'll just have to keep putting hot meals on their plates and getting their spirits up. Can't explain why, but looking at these guys together, it's giving me some hard-ass SSS vibes. I can see that, except we don't have Goody Two-Shoes barrier jumper. Although Van could definitely be just a classic stand-in for Goody Two-Shoes, despite him being very clearly willing to go along with gray stuff. Man, I really screwed the pooch. Let an insider blow right by me into the special research building. The investigation's still ongoing here, but I'll report whatever I find out here. Anything helps. I hear you're investigating this yourselves, and I see Mr. Shalishan is with you too. I don't see the harm in letting you guys go in. Go on through. You made up for your fuck-up last week. Didn't forget anything. Your ID had been in the mail in 2 weeks, and no one's time was wasted. Awesome. Good job. Good news is always nice. People said they heard all kinds of weird sounds at the Institute last night. Are you thinking what I'm thinking? This place has been around since the Middle Ages. Those weird sounds can only mean one thing. Ghosts. It's haunted, isn't it? No, not that I've heard. There was an attack over at the Special Research Building last night. That's what it was. Did you seriously not hear about it? I swear you have the keenest ear for gossip, but the actual stories fly right over your head. Wait, really? The building got attacked? Huh, that's the first I've heard of it. Actually, now that you mention it, yeah, I think some of the professors might have talked about it. Bye. Just in one ear and out the other with you, isn't it? I thought it was weird how everybody was whispering today. Now it makes sense. I had no idea about it. I overslept this morning. Last I heard was the gossip from last night. Liz really needs to start acting like an adult. She goes to the Institute of Science for crying out loud. I'm glad that Professor Cronkite and Professor Esmeralda are okay at least. But Professor Callahan disappearing is just... I can't even wrap my head around it. Professor Tane's been really worried about him, even before all this went down. You wish you could have overslept this morning. I wish I could oversleep every morning. I'm always perpetually tired. Which means I probably should be wrapping up the stream sometime soon, but we have people to talk to. 4 hours of sleep to do that much activity is not fun. I understand that because I sometimes function on 4 hours of sleep and always feel like absolute death. I'm fussing with like the arm on this chair. I don't remember how long it's been since I bought this chair, but like the material on the arms is all falling apart. They're like tearing. I'm probably gonna have to get a new chair somewhat soon, or at least buy like a cover or something to throw over these arms. Let's see, my heart sank when I heard Professor Callahan went missing. Hope he's all right wherever he is. Word is he had a ton of computers in his lab running parallel processing. On what? I don't know. But all that got stolen, which means whatever research he was doing caught the criminal's attention. It does shed some light on what he'd been doing this whole time, for better and for worse. I put that chair through the ringer. I have literally just sat in it. But I mean, like, yeah, this chair has lasted a good long while. I'm gonna have to find a new office chair. And hopefully I can find one at a reasonable price. Yesterday's meeting was a wash, but my hollow research is still moving along at least. Maybe Coolidge is right. I should try having some more faith in myself. Just, I don't know. Turn right around. I felt sick to my stomach when I heard the news. I can only hope they find him safe. He used to be such a kind and compassionate man. What happened to him? What drove him to abuse the students like that? I hope he comes back safe. And I hope we get to sit down with him and find out why he's done all this. I'm debating trying to pick up my chair to show the literal gluing that I have done to try to hold the arms of this chair together. Which reminds me, I do have a hot glue gun. Maybe I should try hot gluing these things, because so far I've tried using super glue, and that maybe lasts like a week or two before it starts tearing again. But hot glue is thicker gloves than, what's it called, like cryanoacrylate is the super glue chemical. One second. Super glue chemical name. Cyanoacrylate. I was I was on the right track, but not correct. There's been a lot of grumbling about signal and power issues recently, and it got even worse yesterday. I'm in charge of the city's wiring system, and I'm pretty confident the wires aren't the problem. Something else is going on. Still, if this doesn't let up, we pretty much have to investigate the grid just to save face. There's 3 more people over there, and also somebody that I missed on the lower level. That's the arsonist dude, isn't it? Dude's still begging to the teacher. The hell's Sasha run off to? She's always telling me not to go off on my own, but I guess she doesn't have to follow her own rules. I ain't cut out for this tour guide crap. Why'd she dump it all on me? Poor James. He just wants to not care. Can't believe they attacked the special research building. Sounds like it wasn't the work of that first intruder last night either. Thankfully our archives are left intact, but that's about all the good news. The professor disappearing is awful indeed. I hear it was Professor Callahan too. He used to have a real appetite for the books here. I would see him every day in the library. But he started spending less and less time here, and more holed up in his lab poring over his computers. Down the stairs. Caught up on the students. Wait, he has more dialogue. I'm really worried about Professor Callahan's disappearance. I think I speak for everyone here in saying I want to help bring him back. I hear you're helping with the investigation. Head on in. And you are. Work. I didn't want to believe it when the chief engineer and other professors told me about it. It just didn't make sense to me. I can't help but wonder if we could have stopped this had someone noticed his behavior sooner. But well, hindsight is 20/20 at any rate. I need to compile our documents on the incident and send it to the police and the guild.
Well...
What's going on? This theory could greatly simplify the equations we're using. I'll have to test that out at the lab. Oh, wait, no, I forgot. It's a total mess right now. I have to wait until it's cleared up. I need to do the professor proud. I can't screw this up. He's got research on the mind. Sup? I was freaking out when I saw that explosion last night. I thought my samples might have gotten damaged in there. They're fine. But then Professor Callahan went missing after they hit the special research building. That's even worse. He was the only one who really understood me. As a weapons designer, he appreciated the beauty of blowing things up. He was actually pretty excited about my proposal for a flamethrower weapon. Great minds think alike. Yeah. I like that guy, though. The resident arsonist. Yeah, there was a bit of trouble over at the Institute. Looks like the CID's on the ground, too, so I was wondering if you'd heard anything. Oh, come on, you can't do one little favor to help some frightened school children? Who's she talking to? Hard to say. No, I'm curious, but we got bigger fish to fry right now. Kids on not talking to that guy at a party. I want to talk to the other people. Alright, who are you? Oh, if it isn't an orange green navel. You don't see those growing here very often. I'll have to take a sample. Brought it all the way out here, I wonder. Perhaps the local wind and weather patterns emulate their original habitat. Oh, that's simply fascinating. Oh yeah, there was a researcher who was interested in mushrooms. We just need to see if Freddy exists. I highly doubt it, though. Forgot to talk to somebody. Talk to you again. There. I've gone over with the student council president, but I'm really still unnerved by it. Come on, won't you help out some worried school children, please? No. Alright, let's go do the side quest. Oh hey, what's up? I wanted to take another look at the crime scene just to see if there were any leads about Professor Callahan. There's just something strange about how disheveled the room was. It's like a tornado blew through or something. Some of the damage implies he used slashing weapons over blunt force. I think we can rule out that man from Longport. I try to imagine running into whoever wrought that much damage, especially if they came from the gardens. We have some new intel to work with, courtesy of the Capital Branch. We'll have to make sure we investigate carefully. It's starting to sound like we really are dealing with the gardens this time. We should probably stay away from Professor Callahan's lab right now. Callahan Laboratory. Text not legible. But it's like almost legible. Closer than some other texts we've seen. Oh, hello everyone. I take it you saw our request? One about the gathering greens for that painkiller? Yeah, we got it. I get why the request said we now too. Ah, now that you mentioned it, it did. You two are working together on this, I take it. That's right. I don't think you've met him before, everyone. This is Ray. Pleased to meet you. A researcher for ZCF over in Liberal. Esmeralda gave me a call asking for some help with this new project of hers. So, here I am. I just flew in this morning. Is Researcher Ray actually an NPC that you could find when you're going around ZCF? I study biology, plants specifically. My most notable work would be the acerbic tomato. Oh my goodness, it is. I do remember that side quest where we made the acerbic tomato. I don't blame you if it's flown under your radar, though. It hasn't really caught on in Calvert yet. I don't remember anything like that. I think I've seen it on occasion at some imported food stores. It's that really bitter tomato, isn't it? I had a few of those, I think. Acquired taste, to say the least. I hear they've spread from Liberal to Crossbell and Erebonia as well. I tried them once or twice, but they ain't really my thing. Yeah, I'm not surprised. Acerbic tomatoes are about the exact opposite of sweet. I like them quite a bit, actually. So do I. They're the perfect pick-me-up for when I feel myself nodding off. Might have got 2 people in my camp, at least. I ended up creating them by total accident in a greenhouse, if you could believe it. Imagine the shock and horror on my colleagues' faces when they unsuspectingly bit into one for the first time. I'll treasure those memories forever. That was the impetus for my biology research. I was just drifting along without a specific focus before then, but those tomatoes saved me. He seems a little eccentric, doesn't he? No, I thought that was how all lab coat types operate. Well, to an extent, yes, but I'd say he makes the rest of us look normal. Wow, are they really that bitter? I kinda wanna try one. Got it. So you're the botany guy, then Esmeralda's the bioengineering stuff. What led you two to work on a painkiller together, then? It does seem like a bit of a leap. You got that look in your face, Catra. You worked it out, haven't you? Well, yes, being your understudy clues me into these things. First, though, I think we should figure out whether or not we'll take this job before we dive into the details. What's your call, Van? Dang it, it's law. Stuck at level 2. Alright, we're on the board. What do you need us to do? Oh, thank you so much. Esmeralda is the project lead on this. For reference, I'm just helping out here and there. She'll fill you in on all the details. Let's go ahead and take it from the top. I'm working to develop bionic limbs for amputees, and these painkillers are an important step in the process. You know, while painting some stuff for 40K, I've been re-watching Full Metal Alchemist. How topical. I had a hunch that was it. Bionic limbs, huh? Bioengineering indeed. It does sound up your alley. I know a lot of Jaegers use prosthetic arms and stuff. What does that have to do with painkillers, though? Would these artificial limbs link directly to the user's nerves, just like in Full Metal Alchemist? You know your stuff. Leave it to the Marduk representative to connect the dots. Oh, you flatter me. It's just a field I have personal interest in. Traditional prosthetics rely on extrapolating movements from other muscles in the body. It's very awkward and inexact, and that limits their uses for practical applications. Bionic limbs don't have that problem, though. Yeah, makes sense. That'd be the best way to put one in, if you can figure out how. You hook them up to the nerves, and the brain can use them just like real limbs. Right on the money. It sounds incredible. Yep. It's still mostly theoretical, though. Practical examples aren't really there yet. We still have a lot of issues to work out. That's one of the big focuses in my department right now. And chief among those problems is how painful it is to have work done on your nerves. So that's what the painkiller's for. Exactly. Nerve work is an extremely painful procedure even after the attachment is finished. They're quite literally running a knife across your arm over and over again all throughout the process. It sounds awful. Can you just use anesthetic like they do for surgeries? Not really. Anesthesia isn't meant for regular use. Your body really wouldn't appreciate you knocking it out over and over. And that's why you need a painkiller for daily use with minimal side effects. I do know that painkillers are often made from plant extracts. which is where Ray's research comes in, I assume. Bingo! We might have found just the thing for our new painkiller. It's a luminous plant called Zemuria moss, except the Church uses it liberally for their own medicine. Though it goes by soul moss in the East. Huh. I think Long Kai gave me some of that when he made that salve for me. Pretty rare stuff if I recall. Sure. Don't see it in the usual channels very often. I tried asking my colleagues to see if they had any, but I came up empty-handed, unfortunately. And that's what led us to you. Got it. Sounds pretty straightforward. This ain't our home turf, though. Can't exactly call in any favors here. All my connections are back home. Oh, you don't need to worry about sourcing it. We figured out it grows naturally here. Back in Labrilla, you can find it in the Chaldea limestone cave underneath the city of Zeus. Probably with when we fought all those penguins. That cave has just the right humidity and proximity to septium veins. We posited that it might grow in other caves that meet those criteria. So we need to go deeper into the mines. So we looked around here and bingo, we managed to find one. It's in the deepest part of that metal mine Kate went into yesterday. Really, I should be able to guide everyone there then. You'll find the entrance in that open area where you rescued me yesterday. Well, that's convenient. That explains why you brought this to us and not the guild. Right, here's the key. This will let you in. As Mary handed Van a rusty old key. Perfect, thanks. Let's get going then. Be careful in there.
Time to go solve some problems.
Bioengineering is a real hot field right now, and I can't deny I'm proud that my research could prove useful in it. I hope this painkiller makes life easier for amputees and other patients. Now, Ray didn't catch my eye just for his Zemuria moss research alone. I hope I get the chance to ask him about his other projects. For now, though, we need to focus on this painkiller. You let me know if you find any moss down there. Just please don't get yourselves hurt in the process. That'll be quite bad. We'll see.
Off we
Whatever
go.
happens, happens. Now, Katra, I appreciate your help, but you can stay in the party once you get an S-Craft.
It won't be for long. We have the key right here.
Great, now we can keep moving. Right, let's make our way to the innermost depths for the Zemuria moss. Foggy.
Arts attacks and mines. Begin engagement. Brace yourself.
Ow.
Don't forget about your charge stuff. Launching ambush.
Giant isopod.
Slaying enemies is a sharp boost.
High defense, as expected.
This'll hurt. Over here! All for you! Up to you, Reset!
A chance for a shard boost. Activating skill.
Go time! Eat this!
Now's a good time to boost. Activating skill.
Sucker! You got this, Anya! Thanks, I'll take that. Gotcha! Up to you, Reset!
Activating skill.
Too slow!
Activating skill.
Wow, he is delayed.
Activating skill.
Chance! Too slow! Take that! Up to you, Reset! Gotcha!
Mr. Wang.
Sucker!
Alrighty. Easy peasy.
Couldn't take your eyes off me, right?
Your martial arts were most impressive, Mr. Wei.
Arts work best on this enemy.
Get to work! Take this!
Don't forget about your charge attack.
Take this!
Launching ambush.
It's done!
This'll hurt.
Big bonus.
This'll hurt.
Get the upper hand.
I'll dice you up!
Nice. That went great.
You're a true professional, Van.
Gotcha! Take this!
I do not trust him to follow us to this group of enemies here.
You picked the wrong guy to fight.
See me some nobody. Hot shit, Van!
Gotcha!
Double S crap. Go.
Great.
Boost gauge limiter unlocked.
Racing.
Boost gauge limiter unlocked.
Nice. That went great.
Shall I?
Got chest over there.
Prepare some sweets for you, Mr. Arkwright?
Oh, it's these things.
Treasure located. Begin engagement. Brace yourself. Show 'em what you're really capable of. Unleashing shark strike. Activating. Boost gauge limiter unlocked.
Nice. That went great.
Strike 3.
Hot shit, Van.
24% of the crit. Okay. If only the evasion stacked that high.
Arts attack design. Come on.
Gotcha.
Don't forget about your charge.
Snooze, you lose.
Give 'em your all.
All you on yes.
I won't activating skill.
Have some more.
That went better than I anticipated.
Always got it down, set.
And slightly better at the timing.
Activating skill.
Activating skill.
You've got this on yes.
Activating skill.
Have some more.
I can live with this.
That was nothing to sneeze at on yes. Take the sun.
Now, hit 'em with shards. Enemy suppressed. Nice work.
Going this way.
Begin engagement. Brace yourself. Show 'em what you're really capable of.
Take the snooze, you lose.
This is sharp.
Gotcha.
Get the upper hand.
Here goes.
Activate. Give 'em your all. Boost gauge.
You picked the wrong guy to fight.
Shall I prepare some sweets for you,
This could
Mr.
get tricky
Arkwright?
with so many.
Take this. Take the sun.
We can win right now. Look out.
Got a whole
I feel like I should try fighting in the field with Catra. He's a new
You
character
picked the
after all.
wrong guy to fight.
You're a true professional,
Gotta
Van.
figure out how his attacks work. Interesting. Got like a little ranged gun combo type attack thing. Being able to control it.
I go with magic.
I eagerly await your performance.
You've got a charge attack ready to go.
Thanks as always, Theo.
He charges up the charge attack pretty quickly.
This'll do the trick.
Now's your chance to boost. You said it. It's up to you now.
I'll take over.
Give 'em your all. Boost gauge limiter unlocked.
Oh.
Here. Get to it, May. Here.
Mr. Arkwright. Full boost. Go all in your all.
Fast.
Up to you, reception.
Activating skill.
Here's our chance.
Activating skill.
Got it.
Activating skill.
A chance.
Activating skill. Activating skill.
You picked the wrong guy to fight.
I owe you, Van.
That we can rest there.
So that means we got a boss.
How relaxing.
Not sure if there's anything we can really get here, sadly. See how much we got. 159 fire. Not enough to do anything. Also, he has a lot of empty slots. We need to fix that.
Switching to maintenance,
Do we
that's
even
a
have
single element
items
slot.
to do so? Not really.
Skill set updated. Skill set updated.
Sure, we could give him strike 3, I guess.
Skill set updated. That's a single element slot.
What's Almathea? Arts damage increases when HP is lower. That wouldn't be
A
too
new
bad.
skill I see.
His HP should never be very low, but it'll do something, maybe. There. He is now actually set up. Looks like a rock monster. No, that's just the ore vein. Where's the monster guarding it? I believe this is the innermost depths of the sealed area. Take a look at the surface of that boulder in the back. It's not just a boulder, it's a rock. Glowing. Must be Zemuria moss. It's so mysterious. Alright, let's grab some. Actually, before that... Yeah, look up. It's approaching from above. Be careful. Oh, it's a big thing. It's pressure. Must be invading its territory. I'm not funny? I agree. Yeah, stay focused, people. We're driving it back. I'm only good at riffing off of other people. I am very bad at riffing off of,
Some arts work better.
nothing. Armored bugbear. That's not a
Displaying
bugbear.
enemy stats.
A bugbear is a type of goblin.
Some arts work better.
Going all in.
Let's see, freeze and side attack bonus. I really wish you could see the percentages for the likeliness. Okay.
The rest is up to you.
Get things going.
Breathe onto us. Bam! Use a shard boost to get the upper hand.
Here goes. Brace yourself.
I won't let this
Pretty good damage.
Cobalt curtain activate. Mr. Wang.
Here goes.
Engaging shield.
My move
Miss.
now.
He actually missed for once. That never happens.
I won't let this chance slip by. Time to go.
Initiating drive.
Going all in.
I don't know how much this will heal, but let's find out.
I'll take that.
739. Not that much.
Energy output at maximum. Activating skill. Boost gauge limit crushed. Deploying shield.
A chance.
Full boost. Go all out. Activate
Time for the...
boost
Up to you,
limit
Reset.
unlocked. Cobalt curtain.
Stack that back up.
Perfect chance.
Activating skill.
Have some more. My move now.
No.
Moving band.
It's over.
I won't let this chance slip by.
Oh, frozen. I'm not a fan of that.
The rest is up to you. I'll take it from here. Random one
I
here.
know you will take it. Go time.
Energy output at maximum.
There. Make it count, Aaron. Down.
Perfect chance.
Activating skill. Boost gauge limit crushed.
You'll pay for that. Gotcha. Hit him fast, Barry. Have some more.
Sorry. Oh, we delayed him. Got a critical turn coming in a second. Like I said, don't feel like insight never works, but
Dispatching shield.
we'll see. No
Dispatching
dodges.
shield.
No dodges.
All you on, yes.
Activating skill.
Too slow.
Activating skill.
Have some more. Very now.
Both you now. Leave this to me. Accessing. Initialize.
Get out of here.
Here I go.
Have some more.
Mr. Oddride. Activating skill.
Get out of here. My move
Oh,
now.
we finally got a miss.
Full boost. Display
Anyway,
activation.
goodbye.
Boost gauge limiter unlocked.
First try. This boss really either didn't have much of a gimmick, or we're just too powerful. The too powerful one seems quite likely, considering the shenanigans we have done in fights that were likely supposed to be a lot longer. Phew, glad that worked out. Very nice work, everyone. Time to grab the goods. Obtain Zemuria moss. So this is Zemuria moss? Its pale glow makes it quite the mysterious plant. I bet this go for a shit ton of mirror if we grab them by the root. They're important research materials, so please only take what you need. Just messing around. Pretty sure you were at least half serious. Not like I don't get where he's coming from. Anyway, that's the job done. Let's get back to the research lab. Any destructible boxes? No. That makes me sad.
How very soothing.
Here's your schedule.
Let's be on our way.
Let's finish the side quest and call it a night. My eyes are getting, like, pain. What doesn't make me sad? Happy things. I have, like, I feel like I have to somewhat say I'm sad because I usually try not to make it super evident.
Yeah.
I try to keep a positive outlook on things as best I can. Sometimes it's hard. I try my best. This is what you're looking for, right? And handed over the Zemuria moss you gathered. Yep, this is the stuff. Oh, thank you so much. Now our research can go forward as planned. Can't let old George do all the work, can we? Is he a colleague of yours at the Institute? Oh, no, he's all the way over in Ereboni, actually. George. He's a student of Professor Schmidt, another one of the 3 disciples, and he's researching artificial limbs, too. Bioengineering isn't his niche, but he's a whiz at just about anything he puts his mind to. A friend of his lost an arm a while back, and he's been working really hard on artificial limbs ever since. He's even published papers on them. Oh yeah, I remember reading those papers. They were comprehensive to say the least. Not just the theory, but the design limits, materials, budgeting, everything. Really a brilliant man. You're quite well connected, I see, even outside your specific field. I happened to meet him when he visited ZCF to study a while back. Of all the name drops from Erebonio, why him? Because he is one of Schmidt's disciples. And despite everybody not liking it, he had a redemption arc. Made it off pretty well. Turns out we share a lot of friends ourselves. We plan to share this painkiller with him once we finish developing it. He was talking about Schmidt. I like Schmidt. he is a he's an enjoyable character. We plan to share this painkiller with him once we finish developing it. We may come from different backgrounds, but we're both engineers working toward a common goal. What's the point of science? That's the whole point of science, no? I would like him. Yes, I would. Schmidt's funny. Oh, how sweet. That's a kind of thing among Jaegers too. At the end of the day, work's work. And having some friendly competition never hurts. Well, we'll try not to take any more of your time. Thank you so much for your help. Glad to be of service. That goes for you as well, Katra. But please do try and rest when you can. Well, same to you, Essie. Thanks so. I'm glad we could help. I guess we should offer us Gray.
Great job, you guys.
Instead of Law. We don't need more Law. We need Gray and Chaos. We're literally right there. So we're done here. We're heading back to the lab to synthesize some of that new painkiller. Now that we have the theory down, we should have some working samples soon. I'm kind of excited to use it in the field for the first time. I think it'll really help. I knew I could rely on all of you. And Katra, I'm worried about Professor Callahan as well, but please don't burn yourself out trying to fix all this by yourself. Yeah. Now, because my eyes are incredibly heavy, I am not going to walk through that door tonight. I am saving the game and call it a night. But yeah, it's per usual. Thanks for stopping by. Always fun to talk. And yeah, till next time. Have a good night.